Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures. Today, I'm not sure what's going on with me. We're reviewing historical models now. What happened? I don't know, but I seem to have fallen down a rabbit hole, and there doesn't seem to be a way out at this point. But in all honesty, I actually wanted to get these guys for a couple of different reasons. Number one, you get a big pile of them. These are the Agincourt French infantry. I hope I said that right. I'm sure somebody will complain about my horrible pronunciation, and I am A-okay with that. But the fact is, number one, you get a big old pile of models in here, and it didn't help that these guys were at a very respectable price due to the holiday season. And then I had an additional extra chunk of cash off coupon as well for the store, so that was more than enough for me. But check this out. The reason I wanted to get this is, well, despite their Frenchiness, is we have a lot of variety in terms of goodies to play with and use. We've got polearms, we've got axes, we've got hand-to-hand weapons, we've got spears, we've got crossbows, we've got men-at-arms gear in here. There's even a command sprue of dudes in armor. I actually wanted to get these for Frostgrave components, and I think these are going to work pretty well. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I haven't built Perry stuff in years, and I ended up getting rid of a lot of my historical stuff just because it served no purpose. But with all the craziness in the world today, and my taste getting even more obscure, it seems, as I get older, I figured, why not? Let's get some, and we'll go drag out some Osprey rulebooks, and we'll see what we can do with them. Actually, I'd had my eyes on their Lion Rampant rule set, and I think that's like the perfect set of figures to use them with. So this is the command sprue, which is basically just the French knights. I don't know if those are included in the foot soldier box, or I think there's a French box. I don't know. But you got a bunch of Frenchmen. Pardon my French. But then you got a variety of visors for their helmets as well. You have plenty of swords and scabbards, and we have an interesting mix of bigger weapons as well. So that's these guys. But then let's take a look at the actual. Oh, it probably is worth mentioning that they do actually have bases included. If you can fit everybody on there, congratulations. I might even multi-base some of this myself. We'll see. I mean, I'm more into the skirmish stuff anyways. I always like the fact that Perry's models include, you know, not only a little historical bit, but the full color artwork of all the dudes and some of the various banners you can cut out, or, you know, just try and do it yourself, but also the various designs to use as well. For those of us who get stuck trying to figure out what we want to paint our things as. Okay, so it looks like we have 3 of these sprues, and how many bodies are we looking at on here? There's 6 on top, 6 on the... There's 12 guys on here. That's not bad. Okay, I don't think there's going to be enough crossbows for everybody. It looks like you are going to be limited to 4 crossbowmen per sprue. And looking at the arms, they're all various sleeved type arms. I'm wondering if I could get away with just lurching over to grab these guys again. I'm looking at these arms for the command sprue, and I'm not seeing like this sleeve right here. If I wanted to, I don't think there's any reason I couldn't get away with using some of these arms. Obviously, they're just wearing gauntlets with the infantry guys. The next thing I'm curious about is the various heads on here. Oh, they're all wearing like mailed helmets and stuff. At least metal helms. I wonder how well they'll work with some of the other models I've got laying around. What are you supposed to be? I don't know. I honestly don't know what some of this stuff is. I'm just like, okay. Alright, we've got, like I said, an assortment of various close combat and hand-to-hand weapons. So, again, if you want a little bit more variety for your Frostgrave stuff, I think this is an excellent way to get it. Are the heads on the top the same as those on the bottom? No, they are not. Are these little buckler things? Or are they? Yeah, okay. I thought maybe they're either little bucklers, hand guards. I'm sure they have a specific name, but I don't know what they are. We only have 2 of these larger shield wall thingies. But considering how many other kits I've got of various sizes and shapes, it should not be a problem finding stuff to include with them. Let me see anything right here. Not that I'm seeing it right. I think these are like those little embankment type things they would put around when they would have their archer lines. I don't know. But I'm going to build me a bunch. And you know what I'll probably do? I'll probably grab a couple of these bodies and see what kind of concoctions we can come up with when we start kit bashing them with other stuff. Because, you know, that's what we like to do around here. So give me a moment and I'll be back with my results in just a sec. Alright, so we went ahead and started building up some of our infantrymen, and well, I'm pretty pleased with the results. So I went ahead and started actually painting a few in rather slipshod, sloppy manner, and got a couple of crossbow guys. And like I said before, I think, I don't even remember now, it's been a bit since I started building these and painting these. My goal was to use these as just a generic catch-all set of medieval-looking men-at-arms, infantry, what have you, for a variety of gaming systems. But I wanted to start especially with Lion Rampant, so we're probably going to build a whole unit of crossbowmen, and then I started working on some spearmen as well. And yeah, I didn't do much with his face there, but I don't really plan to because I want him in big blocks and blobs of spears as it is. So we have the blue team getting started here, and then we're going to have a red team as well, and worst case scenario, we'll just have a red unit as well. I wanted to keep things super plain, super simple, and super generic for terms of teaching the game and not worrying about specific coats of arms or regalia that obviously if you're really into that time period you would know very extensively and have a specific paint job in mind for these Frenchmen. The other thing I really liked about this kit that I haven't mentioned is the fact that you get a lot of variety in terms of weaponry as well. So obviously you've got the ubiquitous crossbow, we've got our polearms, we've got our spears, but we've got plenty of folks wielding swords and blades as well. Which leads me to something interesting, and I was kind of disappointed there were really no shields in this kit, but it's not like I don't have a million of varieties of shields at this point from a wide assortment of kits, so we just started grabbing shields. And yeah, I know it might be a bit anachronistic, but I don't care. I want to use them for various purposes, and you know, if we're going to hand wave them as being from an earlier time period, so be it, because obviously with those big larger shields like that weren't really in vogue when these guys would have been on the battlefield, but they look cool. And other than the sloppy gluing, I think they make some suitable basic infantrymen there. And you know what? Considering they're all French, and considering my wife has been all into watching Vikings, maybe we'll have some Victrix Vikings go and take them on. Pretend they're Parisians. A possibility. Maybe I can actually convince her to play something. But one of the things I really like, besides all that, as we've gone over a litany of things that are pretty cool about that, is also that you do get a lot of bang for your buck. And they do have, you know, the instructions with various color guides on there. You get plenty of bases in there, but you also get plenty of figures as well. And that's always appreciated. I feel, you know, sometimes from suffering from the GW syndrome too much, where, you know, I may buy a box of 5 guys for the cost of 2 boxes of these dudes, and you know, 80 dudes versus 5 guys. It's a bit of a toss-up at times, but honestly, the Perry stuff, a lot of good value for your wallet, and a lot of value as well for your tabletop. And the other cool thing is that everybody is pretty much customizable across the range. So if you have any of the other English infantry or their generic middle-age infantry, I believe there's like a medieval set. I think so. Maybe that was the English one. Anyway, I'm rambling, but also, you know, if you wanted to start busting in some of the sets of men-at-arms, they're pretty compatible between each other. So there's a nice mix of stuff you can really do with this kit. And I plan on getting my money's worth with these guys. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures. Saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.